dry, rough, uncomfortable, thick skin. Sometimes it can get really red and irritated. It feels tight and uncomfortable. And if it gets even worse, it can be peeling and flaking. Makeup just doesn't sit right. Is this you? Do you get really dry skin? This skin is more than just dehydrated. It is super dry and very uncomfortable. Hi, my name is Jana Elston. I'm a skincare teacher, educator, blogger, a qualified beauty therapist, and I've been doing this for over 25 years, teaching people how to look after their skin at home, as well as advising them on the best beauty treatments to get the maximum results, because I'm absolutely passionate about helping people with their skin. So today I'm going to talk to you about dry skin, but before we dive in, let's talk about what's happening in the news, because there's quite a bit happening out there. So first, let's talk about something I was just reading about this morning. Now, if you're a fan from overseas, this is what's happening currently in Australia. There's a big focus on the beauty industry, but particularly the skin rejuvenation industry. So not your average beauty salons. This is focusing on clinics where they do injectables and other cosmetic procedures, medical cosmetic procedures. So it's mainly focusing on the medical industry, although, as the title says that I was reading on the news.com.au, New South Wales raids find dangerous beauty products. Now, of course, I was fascinated. Oh my goodness, what beauty products are there that they're finding? And then when you actually read the article, they're not talking about beauty products. They're talking about drugs. They're talking about medicines that are used for cosmetic injectables, for enhancements. So these are really drugs that are used by doctors. Doctors are warning the public of the dangers of illegally imported cosmetic products after a series of Sydney raids uncovered a number of potentially deadly substances. So a number of clinics around Chatswood and Haymarket have been raided, and they've seized a number of illegally imported products. And they're talking about what they seized were medicines, really, the injectable products they use for dermal aesthetic relaxation, so the relaxation injectables that relax the skin, the muscles, and also the dermal fillers. And apparently that these drugs have been imported illegally. So that's really scary stuff, because people would go to these clinics who do injectables by doctors and nurses, and they're finding that these drugs were actually imported illegally. And that's what they're warning, is that these products could potentially lead to problems, because they're not guaranteed to be safe, so they may have, they're not sterile. So if somebody has injectable done with these product substances, they could end up with serious skin infection problems, even disfigurements and problems. So it's really interesting. So it's scary stuff. And apparently people can buy drugs and medicines online without a prescription, and that's the alarming thing. So my advice for you is, if you're looking at injectables to enhance for cosmetic purposes, go to a reputable doctor. Go to somebody who's registered with the associations, and I'll link to them in the notes below, that are recognized by the local medical community as being well qualified and respected doctor who do injectables, and they're purchasing the products from local pharmacies where the drugs are dispensed by prescription. So look, I've read about people buying injectables online and then injecting themselves at home, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I mean, the potential problems you can cause, as a minimum, get an infection, as the worst outcome could be, you could kill yourself with this stuff. So, I hope this is only happening overseas. I hope people are not doing this here in Australia. But apparently it is, some unethical people are bringing in some drugs into the country illegally and then using them in these clinics. So that's really sad. So my advice is always go to a reputable doctor. If it's a little bit more expensive, it's expensive for a reason. It's because it's safer. And you're talking to, or you're dealing with people who are well qualified and they're ideally registered with the local medical authorities. So I'll link to those below. So that's currently being talked about in the news at the moment. Now, on a lighter note, guess what? Today is National Mud Pack Day. Yes, it's time to do a mud pack on yourself today. So I will actually do that a little bit later today. I'm going to do a cleanse, exfoliation, and I'm going to give myself a lovely mask, and I'm going to do a selfie and post it on the page. Why don't you join me? Why don't you do a mud pack and post your selfie? Also on Instagram under Jana Elston, and I'm going to double into Snapchat too, so I'm going to put something up there as well, but definitely follow me on this page. Let's join in and let's do a mud pack today and celebrate beauty today. Now, what's trending on the Beauty Business blog? So I've decided to share with you every week what people are actually looking for in reading on the Beauty Business blog, because I've hit 116,000 visitors just this week. I've had, so just today, I've had over 486 people on my blog reading my articles. Yesterday was a little bit lower. People were, at work, 359 readers. So this past month, I've had just under 7,000 readers on my blog, TheBeautyBusiness.com.au. So what's trending this week? So I've filtered these by this week. So the benefits of massage. I've written a terrific article about the benefits of facial massage. So not just specifically talking about what you can do yourself at home, but why you would choose a facial treatment with a wonderful massage as well, and what are the benefits. And I think people are forgetting the beautiful benefits of facial massage. So go ahead and look that up on my blog, and you'll find links to it on this page as well. And I've made a little video you can share with friends too, to educate them about the beauty of and the benefits of facial massage. So that's trending. That's number one. Congestion is the next article that's trending. So a lot of people obviously having a lot of congestion. Now, congestion usually appears around the chin, sometimes on the cheeks, and it's so stubborn and difficult to treat. So I've got some great tips for you on how you can manage congestion, and that's on my blog as well. And I've linked to it on this page as well, so you can just scroll down and see where that article is that takes you to my blog, and you can read about it. Of course, you can always visit my blog, and I've got a little search bar at the top. You can just type in your skin type or condition, and the articles will pop up. I've been writing since 2012, so there is lots of wonderful articles, and I go back regularly and update them to make sure that they're up to date with the latest active ingredients, product information. So if you're searching for something on my blog and you can't find the answer to, send me a message, because then I'll go ahead, research it for you, and I'll write up a blog and maybe do even a live broadcast for you about that question. So do prior message me if you can't find an answer to what you're looking for, and I'll write about it and I'll talk about it for you and I'll answer your questions. And the third top most trending article on the Beauty Business blog this week is microneedling better than chemical peels? That was a question that was sent to me by one of my fans. This was back in 2016, July 2016, about a year ago. And I wrote an article about it because there's so much confusion out there about it. There is chemical peels, there's microneedling, there's lasers, there's microdermabrasions, there is radio frequency, there is ultrasound treatments. There's so many different treatments you can have for skin rejuvenation and to treat different conditions. But we're particularly homed in on these because I think these are really trending in the beauty salons to treat the skin, microneedling and chemical peels. So go ahead and read about that on the blog. So those are the three top articles. Okay, so let's dive in and talk about dry skin. So why I decided to talk to you about dry skin today is because here in Sydney, in Australia, we're experiencing really windy conditions just the past month. We're in spring. Some of my fans overseas from Canada and the US, you're in autumn, going into autumn. You perhaps are experiencing the same windy conditions as well. And the wind can literally suck the moisture out of your skin. Now, if you have a dry skin type, that can be even worse. It could be the worst type of the year for your skin, because you're not only dehydrated, but you also have a tendency to be lipid dry. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. And when I met this person who wanted advice about their skin, I felt the skin. So they said, look, my skin feels really dry. And when I looked at them, it looked matte. The skin looked matte. There was no shine to it at all. There were no open pores that I could see whatsoever. So that already gave me some clues to say that this person doesn't normally make a lot of oil in their skin. So because the pores are quite small, in an oily skin, your pores get larger to allow more oil through. So that's one visual clue to tell me, okay, that skin's more of a dry skin type. But when I felt the skin, that's where it really told me the story. The skin, particularly on the chin, was like leather. It was rough. It was hard even. The skin was hard. You know how you normally press your skin and it's flexible? This skin was so inflexible. It's completely lost its elasticity. It was hard and rough and dry, and of course it was dry across here. Now across the cheeks and across here, it started to get quite red, and this is very common. When the skin becomes so dry, it starts to get inflamed. The body's trying to flush water to area to try relieve the dryness, and part of that inflammation process is that flushing of water to the area. But of course the skin has become compromised. The barrier, the physical barrier that normally holds that water in the skin has become porous. So there is micro cracks in that skin. It's not completely sealed, so that water keeps evaporating. So no matter how much water you drink, and in fact, this client told me, I drink so much water and I'm still dry. And I said, you can drink gallons of water. Unless you repair your skin, that water just keeps on evaporating out of your skin. So what we need to do is repair the skin barrier. We need to repair the skin water holding capacity. So not only holds onto the water, but we ease the dryness and roughness of your skin with lubricating ingredients. So your skin is not only made up of water, but your barrier is made up of fatty substances. You need essential fatty acids in your diet to repair the barrier. We need essential fatty acids also for our nervous system, for our hair, skin and nails. It's really important for our health and well-being. And what I'm talking about is essential fatty acids like the omegas 3, 6 and 9. So coming back to the barrier of the skin, which is found in the top layer of our skin epidermis, that barrier is made up of ceramides, cholesterol, and omegas, or essential fatty acids, in roughly the same proportion to each other, about 30%, or 33%. If one of those becomes imbalanced, so if you have too little of one of those, that whole barrier becomes imbalanced, it starts to become porous, and transepidermal water loss, or the water loss through the skin, starts to begin. You lose too much moisture. So we need to rebalance that barrier with ceramides, essential fatty acids, and cholesterol. Now, your skin cells can manufacture the ceramides and the cholesterol, but they can't synthesize essential fatty acids. We have to get that from our diet. So a diet rich in healthy fats. So I'm not talking about animal fats. You've got to really go back to the plant kingdom and look at healthy fats from flaxseed oil, evening primrose oil, argan oil, jojoba oil. These oils are beautiful on the skin because they instantly relieve that dryness and the tightness and the roughness in the skin in a dry skin type. But what they do also is repair the barrier so that the skin can hold on to its water more efficiently. So that's really important. So obviously skincare you'll be looking for will include these beneficial plant oils to repair the barrier. Avoid mineral oils and synthetic oils. Absolutely. I know it temporarily they can provide a relief. And if anything, if you're stuck for something, you would only use it very temporarily. It's not on a daily basis, and you wouldn't leave it on the skin for long term. Because mineral oils, synthetic oils, Vaseline, baby oil, things like that, they actually, they create a complete barrier. So yes, they can build that moisture up in the skin, but your skin can't perspire or anything through either. They create such a barrier that your skin suffocates if it's used on a regular basis and long term. So you need plant oils because plant oils allow the skin to diffuse oxygen and the gases between the skin and the environment, and also the water and other substances too. So you really need to use more plant oils, which are gentler and kinder to the skin, and your skin recognizes them as more compatible with the skin, particularly jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is molecular. The molecules of jojoba oil are extremely similar to skin's own natural oils, the sebum. So the skin recognizes it's something very familiar. So it's a very good oil to use on our skin that is compromised, especially when the skin has become so dry, it's become inflamed. So jojoba oil is a great start. Now, nutritional supplements, I always advise clients that if you have a dry skin, topical applications will immediately ease the symptoms, and if you keep using them on a regular basis, you will ease the problem. However, you're not eliminating the cause of the problem, which is internally sourced. So you also need to make sure you include good healthy fats in your diet. So eating deep sea fish that have lovely omegas 3, 6, and 9. Eating walnuts, so sprinkle walnuts on your salads, or I use walnuts as a snack in between meals. Almonds, flaxseed you can sprinkle on your breakfast cereal and your salads or soups, and they're very rich in these beneficial plant oils and omegas. So you need to treat the skin from the inside, particularly if you have a dry skin type. So it's not just environmentally caused, it's something you live with from birth. Or if you're a woman that has gone through change of life. Now, when you go through menopause, the hormones change, and you no longer produce the amount of oil you used to when you were younger. So many women tell me as they go through menopause, their skin dries out, and it's not just the skin. The hair, the nails, mouth dries up, everything dries up. They feel really, really dry. So particularly if you're going through change of life, you will need to adjust your skincare to manage and to care for your skin as it gets drier. So you need to look for creams, serums that contain the plant oils I talked about, omega, argan oil, evening primrose oil, flaxseed oil, rich in vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin D, omega 3, 6, 9. All these beneficial plant oils will repair their barrier, and the vitamins will help to rejuvenate the skin, keep it acting like a younger skin as well. The vitamin A, vitamin E are potent antioxidants that help to neutralize free radicals, which free radicals can cause accelerated aging in the skin if you don't protect your skin. So it's really important that you change your skincare as the seasons change. So right now we're in the season that's really windy, and this morning I woke up and it's so windy outside. So you may need to swap, or even look, if you're using a cream and a cleanser that's already for dry skin, but your skin still feels dry because of the high winds, get a serum, pop a serum underneath, a beautiful lubricating serum with plant oils in it. So ask your beauty therapist about serums with omegas in it, or with plant oils that nourish and ease dryness in a dry skin. So what did I do with this client that I saw, that I talked about, who asked me about the skin, about the dry skin? I did a very quick facial with a cleanse, exfoliation, and a mask. Now, immediately, even after cleansing, the skin was relieved because I decided to use a cleanser on her skin that was based on coconut oil and avocado oil. So these beautiful rich oils that is the dryness. And even after cleansing, I got her to feel the skin and she goes, oh my God, that's not the same skin. So all it took was just the cleanse to rebalance that skin. So if you think cleansers are not important, think twice. A lot of people skip on cleansing. They say, and this client was telling me that she was just rinsing her skin with water. No wonder the skin was dry, and she wasn't preparing her skin properly for the serums or the creams that she might be using at home, because your skin is tight and dry. If you've got a dry, tight sponge and you put a cream over the top, it's not going to go anywhere. It just sits on the top. If you've got a nice moist sponge and you put a cream over the top, it sinks in because the water acts as a vehicle. Yeah. So just with a cleanse, we eased the dryness, so we rebalanced the skin, and then we went ahead and did a very gentle exfoliant. Now, on a dry and particularly inflamed skin, as she had, scrubs are no-no. Don't do a scrub. Don't be tempted, for God's sake, to do microdermabrasion on skin like that, because it'll just flare up. Your skin will just go, oh my God, I'm dry. Now I'm over-exfoliated, and it'll just go red. It'll sting. It'll burn. So use a gentle exfoliant, something maybe enzyme-based that's light, that's designed for dry, sensitive skin. I, in this case, use what's called a gommage, which is a peeling paste based on oat flour, beeswax, and carob gum. So it's a peeling paste. It almost goes like a mask on the skin. And we let it set so it dries slightly, and then we buff it off so it gently removes everything. And the skin was amazing, particularly around here, because when your skin is so super dry, it builds up layers of dead cells to protect itself, to try to hold on to the moisture underneath. Unfortunately, those dead cells are dry and they suck that moisture out of the skin as well. So, and that buildup of dead cells will give you that thickness, that toughness, that roughness, the dryness. So you need to remove those dead cells. A gentle AHA peel would have been nice too, such as lactic peel, because lactic peels gently remove the dead cells without stripping the skin, and they stimulate hydration. They actually stimulate ceramide production in the skin, so that it stimulates the keratinocytes to make more ceramides to repair the barrier. But a gentle lactic peel, so I wouldn't go over anything, say 20%. Don't go too high because the skin might react. So a gentle lactic one would be very nice on our skin like that. And then we finished off with a lovely, nourishing, soothing mask. So it was a creamy mask with lots of essential fatty acids in it and plant oils. It had a very cooling action, so it immediately took that redness down, and really softening action. So although it's mud pack day today, if your skin is dry, instead of doing mud pack because that can dry the skin out, use a mask that's conditioning and nourishing and repairing on your skin instead. And your skin will absolutely thank you for it. It'll be lovely and soft and relaxed. Needless to say, once we removed that mask after about 10 minutes, before I applied any serums or moisturizers, I got the client again to feel the skin, and it was transformed. That skin was absolutely transformed. If you use the right products, and this is what I said to you, if you use the right products, this is how your skin can look every single day. So her skin was calm. There was no roughness on the skin. It was soft. It looked vibrant. It was looking younger because it was so relaxed. It wasn't stressed anymore. So needless to say, the client goes, oh, what can I take home? And then she took, all the products that she needed to take home to keep her skin looking fabulous like that. And here's the thing. Yes, with facials, we can transform your skin. But if you go back to your routine, home care routine that caused the problem in the first place, you'll won't transform your skin for the long term. So you need to make sure, listen to your beauty therapist and change the products you're using according to the seasons, according to your skin needs. Listen to your skin. If it's not comfortable, if it's irritated, if it's showing symptoms and signs of discomfort, such as rashes and redness or breakouts, listen to your skin. Something's not right. Go and get some advice and ask them how you can actually correct that. And your existing products, you don't need to throw them out. Put them aside and just use the products you need for the time being to correct your skin. And then you can go back to those once your skin's settled. And for example, you were using your winter products or your summer products. You can go back if they're still caring for your skin and still giving you good results. So I hope that helps. I hope you learned lots today. I thought it was really important we cover this because so many people are experiencing such dry skin at the moment, and I really want to help as many people out there as possible. So I really do hope that it helps. And look, if I haven't answered something, if you still have a question, pop your questions in comments below. Or why don't you join me on my Facebook group, The Beauty Business Students. And I'm going to be more active on the group. So on the page here, once a week, I'll do a live broadcast. But on the group, I'll be there more often to answer people's questions and to talk about what's in the news, what's trending. So if you really want to find out more and learn more about skin, how to care for your skin, and the best treatments out there, why don't you join me on the group? And I'll link to it below. I'm also on Instagram under Jana Elston. I'll link to it below if you want to follow me on Instagram, if that's where you normally stay. And I record the videos and I publish them up on YouTube as well. And I'll start putting them up on my blog as well, but that's a work in progress. And like I said, I'm going to have a little go at Snapchat. So follow me on Snapchat, especially today when we do our selfies with the mud packs and with the masks. So thank you again for joining me. Tune in each week as we talk about skincare, beauty tips, what's trending, what's in the news, and any questions you may have, any questions people send to me that I answer for you. Thank you again for joining me. Now, until next time, make sure you protect your skin from this harsh, dry, windy environment, not only with a good moisturizer, but a good sunscreen. Don't forget your sunscreen because your skin can get windburned as well. So this week, focus on protecting your skin from drying out. Use a good moisturizer and a good sunscreen. So until next time, I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.